that,
MykroWaveTV.
no way. A lot of you fuel the destruction of some of the people you claim you love and don't really like them. There is nothing to glorify in certain display of behavior, because remember, the digital footprint is always there. And then, you know, someone will make the best witness, make the best claimants and defendants, because the evidence is right here in court. It's evidence. Court is not about what you know, it's what you can prove. And you are your evidence against your own self. Nobody never gonna make it up. We don't even have to make it up. You make it too easy. You make it so easy. You make it so, the evidence is right there. You are your own evidence. So nobody can defeat you. You defeat yourself. Because of money and likes and popularity for the moment. What is worth more? Popularity or the safe return of my children? Where? A lot of you are not speaking the truth. And that is why people like me will jar enough on the nerves, kind of don't like hear the truth. On condone the toxic mindset and behavior to the detriment of them, because a lot of them don't know better, and them don't even know the judgment with them inner. When Ono sit down and send the gift them and the wheel and the things that don't will and so, and then no come over here no one come send 2 rows, don't be here. That don't, hey, don't play with me. And on their home with phone a picnic, cuddle up nicely. What is a whale? What is a lion worth to me if I can't have my children in my arms? What is a train or a what interstellar or a universe or whatever it is? My child is my universe. So if it means that I have to turn off the phone, back away from the screen, and take some time to process, take some time to heal, because I am in the fight of my life to get back my children. And let it not be said that when my child, or the extension of the time that my child has to be away from me, right, is extended, I don't want my child to ever think, but mommy or daddy, I saw you there going, why the judge decide not this and that? Why the judge decide this and that? Let it be said that I did everything in my power to ameliorate the situation and correct my wrongs and correct the mistakes that I need to get you back in my arms. But no for, oh no, fuel the destruction of the people on here. Because I love nastiness, I love low life behavior, I like the toxicity and the dysfunction. And I understand that this is a familiar spirit, because a lot of you can relate to it enough. That's why I gravitate toward it. So because sometimes when I hear about the numbers on some of these lives, and I say to myself then, so people sit down and watch this like art. It's one thing to see a screen recording, you know, which is normally like 30 seconds or 45 seconds. But like y'all like sit down and watch this thing for hours. Some are on the toe. Misery loves company. And don't get me wrong, people are free to watch what they want to watch, you know, hello, to each his own. I don't understand everybody's own, but hey, you know. But you don't like the things then because it is a familiar spirit. And not for Uno, you think of them alone need therapy? Uno need therapy too. Not for Uno need therapy too. The money them, Uno need therapy too. Uno love toxicity, Uno drawn to it like a moth to a light bulb. I want to fuel it, and then not for Uno stay on one side and laugh. How can you sit down for hours and consume that kind of nastiness. How? Because it has got to a level of nastiness now. I mean, well, it's been nasty for a while. But it's crazy. A lot of things that are aired on here, it befuddles my brain. Somebody tells you something in confidence. Somebody tells you something in a secret. It busts out. And one big tear away. One big pop down. It's like there's no honor anymore. The vibration is so low. It's almost non-existent. Don't get me wrong. Teeth and tongue can meet. And people can vex. And word can show. And things can go on. But there has to be a line of demarcation. If you say, you know, say, me just nah go this so, me just nah go this so. Sometimes some people might hear all say things about me. 99.9% of the times it's fabricated. I don't argue with them because guess what? I don't argue. First of all, I'm going to argue with hungry people. I'm going to argue with people when I have nothing to lose. Okay, so when you're hungry, you'll do just about anything and say just about anything to get at my jugular. You don't have no line. People who have nothing to remember, some of them have no parents. Them that have no mother, them that have no father, them that have no family member, no co-worker, no colleague, no picnic, nobody for let down. So they can do just about anything because hello, them have done the dirt already. Everybody around them are dirt. I just be a dirt. So whatever they do, because they have no self-respect, it doesn't matter. So really and truly, I can't argue with somebody who is already dead. Because enough of them are carcass. Enough of them are walking corpse. They're so empty. Certain time, my mother that say, when sea rough, find safe harbor. When sea rough, you find safe harbor. Your children and their welfare is of paramount importance, and that should take precedence. Do not be your own evidence against yourself. But I'm telling you, a lot of you gifters are the problem. I bet you if it is that gifters started to rally around, coalesce around things that are wholesome and good and, you know, nice and uplifting, I bet you the narrative over here changed. Bet you any money. I bet you because you, oh, by the way, that's why I'm gonna come sometime. Can't you never talk the truth, you know? I bet you if Uno only cancel who it is convenient, you know. Someone have selective outrage, you know. Some Uno gifters again, aka the enablers, aka the fuel to the destruction. Uno only have selective outrage for some, as I said, selective because Uno only target some people. I've seen some people over here do and say some egregious things. I want to still cheer them on. Yay! Yay! While some people do a little infraction and they want to go on and carry on and they want to cancel them and cancel and cancel. Yet, when others do that and worse, on a one-sided, the selective outrage, it is so evident. One-sided, biased. What is entertainment for some is a life sentence for others. What is entertainment for some is breaking up families for others. What is entertainment for some is scarring and traumatizing children for life for others. So I know some of you, again, Mama's Kitty, that's I don't know, I don't know, so God, life and all blah, blah, blah. But this entertainment has real consequences. So when the people them and the agency them come do them job and do what them for do, you need to do your job as well. On a selective outrage is so, I'm like, really? You want to castigate that person for doing that, but then when that other person does that over there, wanna laugh and I want to talk more gift come, more Airbnb come. I want an Airbnb. Look here, need an Airbnb 5,000 block. That may defend right now. Yeah, that me need it. I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna need it. Mr. People I'll talk to you like trash. Terrible insult. Jesus, thou son of David, give me more life. Eh? Jesus, Savior, pilot me over land and tempestuous sea. Talk to you like dirt. It's almost sadomasochistic. I don't know. It's crazy. And yet, people who are positive, nice, lively, entertaining, you know, yeah, man. From a carelessness or not spread out. But at the end of the day, the children and their well-being is what we ought to be considering. And if for nothing else, we have to try to be better for the children that we brought on this earth. They did not ask to be here. They did not ask to be here. So we have to try as best we can. All of us fall short of the glory of God. All of us fall short as people, as parents. But we have to endeavor to do better. We can't just go on to like everything is alright and then like, it's not alright. It's not alright. It's just not alright. It's not okay. I know that controversy sells over positivity, but we also have to be the agent of change and change that paradigm. Because if you follow up the nastiness, the more we follow up the nastiness and the toxicity and the careless behavior and the low vibrational mindset, is the more of it we'll see. The more of it will permeate the internet. The more of it will get into the minds of our children, and then the world is going to be one big dark place. The only way to get rid of darkness is to shed light. Of course you can have fun. Of course you can chatter. So nobody now come and say every day if you come professorial or come academic and whatever. Of course you can have a fun and word dance and boop bap boop bap boop bap. But where do we draw the line? Where do we draw the line? Guys, some of it is so careless and scandalous. It just, may I tell you, it's nauseating. It get to a stage where it's not even funny no more. Like, it's not even funny. And it is happening in so many different pockets with so many different people. May I feel wonder if something is something over here? What's going on? So it's not one person. It's not even in a one pocket situation. It's so many different areas and tributaries. And I said, then this thing are catching. This thing are catching. Wow. My question this afternoon, and incidentally, it was fortuitous that His Excellency the Most Honorable Sir Patrick Allen has proclaimed that the 7th day of October today annually is National Anti-Bullying Day, encouraging all citizens to unite in reflection on the impact of bullying, to stand against it in all its forms, offer support to those who suffer, promote kindness and respect, and reaffirm our shared duty to build a society where everyone is safe, valued, and free from fear. So today, every year, annually, today is being acknowledged as Anti-Bullying Day. And we're talking this afternoon to Emma. Emma, are you there? I have Emma. Very well. Yes, Emma, I see you. My guest this afternoon will be talking about bullying and what are some of the things as parents we can do, and people too, because even though you might not have given birth to a child, many persons are godparents, are aunties, are guardians, right? and they too can guide our youth and our children as to how to deal with bullying and how to acknowledge it, right? Also, there are just some people who, some adults who may be bullies too, who you're bullying the children. Like maybe you never thought of it that way, but hey, Emma is here to enlighten our darkness. Emma, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you. Oh, your camera is off. You want to be off cam? Want them to see a good face, you know?
I can turn on the camera. I'm just trying to
Yes,
figure out.
please.
I don't know why it's not turning it off. Hold on. I do not know why it's.
Oh, the Ministry of Education is also here. I love that. Is that Dr. Kassan Troop over there? All right, Emma, watch me. Go and look, figure out your thing, and let me just add the ministry, and I will
Okay.
get back to you here.
All right.
All right, my sweetie pie. Thank you. Let me add the Ministry of Education. Yes. Ministry of Education, Youth and Information. Hello, good afternoon. Are you trending? Hello. All right, let me just disconnect. How do we disconnect, guys? All right.
Skitty, how are you?
Oh, you come back. Oh, sorry, my love. Sorry. Come back. Oh my God. Oh my God. Come back to me, Dr. Troop. Oh my God. Come back to me. Come back to me, please. Dr. Troop, are you there? Yay! Thank you. What's up, Doc? How are you?
I am excited. You know, today is a big day for us here in the ministry. I'm actually in Spanish Town where we just opened a new school for our children.
Oh, nice. Okay, fabulous, wonderful. Well, congratulations on yet another wonderful opening. More schools for our children. It's just better for them, better for education, right? But today, Dr. Kassan, and for those persons, she's the PS Permanent Secretary, correct?
Yes.
In the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information. We're talking about, I was just telling my viewers that today the Governor General signed into proclamation Anti-Bullying Day, right, across Jamaica. As a ministry, Dr. Troop, because we see where bullying has become very pervasive in the educational space. What is the Ministry of Education doing to stem this problem?
So, Ms. Kitty, as you know, the school is a microcosm of the wider society. So what you're seeing in our school is what is coming from the broken communities, broken homes. So there's an increased demand in our schools for us to build out the skill set of our students to respond to acts of bullying, as well as to teach them how to show love. You know, they are not getting this kind of support from home. And so this has to be intensified in our schools. And what have we been doing? We have been championing the call for our principals to lead out on this. Of course, you know, our principals lead the work on the ground as it relates to the implementation of education. We put the curriculum in place and we give them resources, and they try their very best to make it work as it relates to their current context. So some people have to pivot very early because some schools don't have this issue, right? In the same way others do. But where you have the issue, said to our principals, let's pause the teaching and learning as it relates to the academics and deal with the social skills. You know what is important to tell Jamaica, Miss Kitty, is that when we surveyed our children, they said to us, we feel safest at school. Even though we have the bullying going on, the children said we are unsafe on our way to school. We don't feel safe in our community, but we feel safest at school. And so we want to preserve that environment, and we want to teach our kids to love each other, to problem solve, to report. We want people to seek help. There's something called help-seeking behaviors. And so we want young people, if they feel that they are burdened, they feel that they cannot manage a situation, to walk away from that situation and to report. For those kids who are bullies.
Let me ask, for those kids who are the bullies, finish your thought, please.
Right, we are saying to them, this is not the place to take out your anger, your disappointment. We are saying to those who are in charge of the help-seeking behavior practices in our school, identify these students very early and let us start to work therapeutically with them to unpack those ideas of defense, you know, and also ideas of making others feel less than. There's something triggering that, Miss Kitty. That's not a normal behavior. And so get into their mindset as well and unpack that and help them to hurdle those challenges so they can display social behaviors that we want in our country.
Many of our parents, Dr. Troop, are also at wit's end. They say, Miss Kitty, I go to school, I report it to the guidance counselor, I speak to the principal and the vice principal, but because me is a poor mother, I'm not really have no big car, no big job, and you know, I am an ordinary poor Jamaican, it's almost as if my child can't get any justice, nobody's listening to me. What is their recourse of justice? Because they are not getting any help from the school, and it's almost as if teachers and sometimes the principals or those at the helm are pushing them aside.
Yes, Miss Kitty, we have got that report as well. And I want to say, a part of the challenge is that there's a high level of tolerance in our society for violence.
Yes.
So sometimes our adult leaders, they don't respond. They're like, but we get this every day, you know.
Yes. That's not normal.
But yes, but this is unacceptable. As long as somebody is uncomfortable in a space, that is enough for attention to be given to the matter. And so we have said to our principals, do not turn away the issues you deem small. We have to listen and we have to act urgently so the matters can be resolved before they escalate. A child has been traumatized. A child cannot learn. That is not a small thing. And it doesn't matter if the situation seems like a norm to you. Right? We cannot normalize these behaviors in our schools and in our country. We have to go at the core and fix them. And so we have said to parents, if you're not getting justice, if you don't feel persons are listening, go to your regional offices, you know, talk to the Ministry of Education, and we will come in because we know that it is important. If any parent finds the time, Kitty, to call the media or to come to the Ministry of Education, we know it's important. And I'll use your platform to say to our principals, it doesn't matter how small it is. It doesn't matter if you think that child should be able to hurdle a situation like that. If the child is uncomfortable, it is enough for us to act. It is enough for us to bring the parties together and to do all we can in the school with our families to ensure that the children are safe at school and are comfortable. We cannot support any activity that will erode the self-esteem of our learners. The children must believe in their own capacity to shine, and we all have a role to play in that. Each of us, in terms of the peers, your friends, your church, your family, school, everybody must come together to support the development of the child. We're talking about the whole child, not just the maths and English, not just the literacy and numeracy. How the child feels is important. The psychosocial state of the child.
I'm happy that you mentioned that, because our many adults believe that children don't have feelings. Then for us, go one side, sit down and shut up, and you're lucky and you deal with whatever. But come to know that children are human beings. Children have feelings also. But Dr. Troop, talk to me, because I'm solution driven. I am solution driven, and there are some children who are in need of psychosocial, psychological, some maybe even psychiatric help and evaluation. When it comes, say for example, there is a child who is a disruptor, a purveyor of bullying, year in, year out, day in, day out. What does the ministry do in terms of removing that child, removing that element who may be disrupting learning for both teachers and students of that institution? What is the ministry's position on that?
Well, our position is not to first remove in all cases. It depends on the extent of the issue. But you know, our education regulation allows for temporary suspension of our students, right? But what we ask for is the intervention to be done before we look at permanent separation. So there is a facility for temporary intervention where the child can be asked to be out of school for up to 10 days, right? And then you treat with that, and that, of course, it can be extended to another 5 days. That is already legislated. But that's a temporary. What we want, as the minute something comes up, whether the child is being bullied or the bully. Those children need to go through therapeutic experiences. So our guidance counselors, our social workers must be the persons who will start working with these young people to understand what is happening, what is triggering this behavior, and how to change that behavior. If it is that the guidance counselor is overwhelmed by this, the ministry has put in place psychosocial services using trained clinicians in our country. Those people who run their private practices outside of the school system that we would not have to pay for. The ministry has gone into partnership right across the country with these clinicians. Yeah. And we ask that parents, teachers, students use this service, and the government pays fully for the service. As long as there's a need for it, we pay for it. And all our clinicians have signed on to this agreement already, and we work through the guidance counselors to refer outside for more technical support for these learners. Plus, we have other institutions, the church that work with them. You know, you have the Peace and Justice Center that works with them, and a number of other social services entities that work with our young people for the psychosocial care. But no child should be turned away, Miss Kitty, before something is done.
Help.
Nobody is born all bad.
Yes.
Right? The behavior is bad. The child is an individual with strengths and talents and abilities. But there is something challenging that child. How do we tap into that and get that fixed so the child can get back on his or her learning journey? That's the thrust. We don't want to condemn them too early, but we want to rehabilitate in time. That's the thrust, Miss Kitty.
I like that thrust, but also we have to be realistic, Hassan, because some children are just who they are, and no matter the intervention, no matter what you do psychosocial, they are who they are. And at the end of the day, no other parent's child or should be made uncomfortable or made to feel unsafe in any institution whatsoever. Take yours out and let mine stay, because we have tried everything and it is not working. But let me ask you this, Hassan, because also sometimes the bullies are not just fellow class.
We do change environments for some of them, you know. If all else
very well,
we do work out changing learning environments, and we have seen where that has also worked.
Very well. But let me just ask this, because sometimes the bullies are not just their peers, but sometimes the bully might be a teacher, sometimes the bully might be the vice principal, sometimes the bully is actually the principal, because some of our educators feel that they have an awesome power, which sometimes is also abused, and they bully the children, they bully the parents as well, and the parents again and the children feel like they have no recourse or nobody to hear their voice. Is the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information is there a line where we can call to say, Miss Troop, Dr. Troop, my child goes to this school, the teacher has been dumbing down my child, go ahead, put on your hand, you feel like you know it all. By the way, Dr. Troop, I saw something the other day where a teacher in a classroom, I am not sure if it is Jamaica, because but it sounded like Jamaica. They were using an example of a situation that is a very live issue right now on TikTok, using it as an example in the classroom. I thought that was very classless. I thought it was wrong. I thought it was uncalled for. It was insensitive, and it was rather unprofessional. In those instances where the perpetrator of the bullyism is the teacher or the vice principal or the principal, how do you treat with that, and what can parents and children do?
All right, so Miss Kitty, it's unfortunate, I must say, that for any of our stakeholders to experience that at any school. It's not the will of the ministry. That's not the plan. Our principals are agents of change, our teachers, agents of change, and the job really is to help for the development of the children. It's real. That's the job. How do we come together in service to our children so they can flourish and thrive? And so there are unfortunate situations in our school. What we try to do is to build out the professional development courses that will help our teachers to treat with difficult circumstances. So we at NCEL right now, we just had graduation yesterday, where several of our principals...
Sorry, Doc. What's NCEL? What's NCEL?
Our National College for Educational Leadership.
We
just had several principals trained in leading inclusive learning environments. We were looking at special needs and looking at the welfare of children. In our program, of Effective Principals program, there's also a module in that to look at how we work with our stakeholders, how we partner, and how we make the school a learning, child-friendly environment. It's an ongoing process. I do know in some communities, Ms. Kitty, and you know this, the teachers are doing everything, and so they are overwhelmed. You know, there are no homes, there are no families, there are no guidance in the home, you know, and so everything comes on the teachers, and so sometimes they themselves break. You know, and they may say things
Doc, with the greatest of respect, with the greatest of respect, they have to also maintain that level of professionalism, especially as trained individuals. And so I know we all fall short, but in the same way, we are going to hold the parents accountable. We're holding the children accountable. We have to hold our educators accountable because they have many lives in their hands.
I agree. So we do that through the professional development. We do that through the intervention. And we also make counseling services available for them because they are human beings and they do go through personal issues and they are tested. These children will test you to the top.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, we are the adults and we have to stay in control.
Absolutely. So let me ask you, Dr. Troop, speaking about the teachers, because teachers are people too, and parents, and I often say on my platforms that education is a partnership between teachers, parents, and students, right? For the parents who are in need of some counseling, because some of them, you know, they need it. They are also going through their stress. And for teachers too, is there anything in the ministry that provides counseling for parents that they can call and say, you know what, Dr. Troop, I'm having some issues. I am not doing very well. I need somebody to whom I can speak. I need some intervention. Is there anything like that as per the ministry? And for teachers too, who've been having a bad day, it's a message I know, Dr. Troop, my head got split now. Cause may I get lunch money, may I feel a counsel, may I feel a part fight. I'm doing so many things. I too need somebody who I can talk to.
Yes. So they too can access the psychosocial care that we provide. In fact, it is a teacher who pushed us in this when we had the COVID and our teachers, you know, were burdened with the new transition and working with everything. You know, they also needed help. And so we were able to create the psychosocial tier of support. And they said to us, you know, we don't trust saying all of this at the school level. We want a different level of access. So our privacy is guaranteed. And so they go straight to the regional office, where the school community doesn't need to know that I am accessing well-being support because it's a private matter. And so there's some amount of confidentiality in that. And those reports don't come back to us. The clinicians treat with the teacher or any adult in that matter and to manage that privileged communication. We don't get in that. We just provide access for the support. Parents also can access it. And the first line of contact is through the schools. Right? Once you go to your school and say, you need this, but of course, you can call 211, and once they get in touch with the ministry, our National Parenting Support Commission will move out. We have parent mentors right across this country who we have trained to help in our response on the ground to help parents going through difficult circumstances. So we have an architecture of support around them, but the school is the point of contact.
Very well. Let's just clock back to the situation to which I alluded to earlier. That teacher in the school, in the classroom, that used a particular family, in her example to her class. Has the ministry approached that teacher? Has any kind of research been done or investigation been done? Has she been held accountable? What is the situation with that matter? Has it been brought to the ministry's attention?
Yes. I mean, this video was brought to our attention and we have launched an investigation. I don't have the report before me, but I can come back to you on this in one of your special programs to unpack it, to get the full context, because sometimes we see a part of a situation via a video and we really want to cast a judgment on the situation beforehand. But
Dr. Troop is paused. Yes, somebody call you. I know how it is. Yes, go ahead. Yes.
Right, so I said that we will come back to Jamaica to talk about the facts surrounding that case. We didn't want to pass a judgment on it because the video doesn't show the full picture, right? So the investigation is ongoing, and I will definitely provide an update to you on this one.
All right, so I will hold you to that because we want a wholesome view of it. Because as I normally say
Right.
to people, what the part of the video you see, sometimes there are other things that happened before that you didn't
Before.
see, and that will help
Right.
to color or context the situation.
Definitely.
Dr. Troop,
Yes.
anti-bullying day today, and I want to say thanks to the His Excellency, the Most Honorable Sir Patrick Allen, for signing this into
Yes.
proclamation. You know, the ministry is doing a great job. Let me just say kudos to you guys because I know it's an awesome responsibility. Also, let me say to the Honorable Minister Dana Morris Dixon, such a wonderful, innovative, creative young
Yes.
woman who, at the
Yes.
helm of the ministry, it's a good look, right? And of course, I am here to help in whatever way I can. My school tour is here to
Wonderful.
help, and I am here to
Yes.
lend myself and lend support as best as we can because our children are our future. And if we are ramp with the picnic, them Dr. Troop, we are ramp with the future. And Jamaica is too much of a gem for us to leave
Yes.
anything to chance. So we have to channel our energies, channel our strengths, and channel our collaboration and our collaborative efforts in order to ensure that parents, teachers, and students are getting the best out of our education
Yes.
system. So talk to me about today. I know it's the first today or the first of its kind. How
Yes.
are you moving through, and what do you hope to achieve from this anti-bullying day?
So clearly, Ms. Kitty, the goal really is to have that behavior eliminated in our schools. We want the schools to be a nurturing environment, and our students have said it. Miss, this is where we feel safest. We cannot
Yeah.
run the risk of losing that, especially in our community in Jamaica, where you know we are exposed to violence. And the crime is up and down, and we celebrate the reduction, but you see what is happening from time to time. Even today, our minister right now is en route into Linstead to visit one of our schools where we lost our 4-year-old yesterday. So it's
Yes.
really a very painful experience going
Yes.
through this kind of trauma. And we never know where that will end, you know. So we have to do the early intervention. So what we have asked our schools to do, we have developed a framework called Psychosocial Week, where you
Yes.
pull your partners, your health and family life educator, your school nurse, your guidance counselor, your dean of discipline, and your support arm, your chaplain, your church, everybody in to the school and to just treat with the psychosocial matter for the week. Put down the maths and English for the week, especially
Yes.
in schools that need it most. So we ask the
Yes.
principals to be flexible. If a school is not experiencing that, you don't necessarily need to shut down for an entire week. But you need to treat with whatever is happening in that environment, to bring in the motivational speakers, to bring in the persons who can inspire them to think differently, and also to deal with their emotions. You have to take them
Yes.
through group sessions to say, if you feel this, what is your trigger? We go through a session talking about your trigger. What is triggering you? When you feel the need to bully somebody, what is it that you're feeling? What is causing that feeling to emerge, and why do you act the way you do? And how can you stem that? So you're putting in them what you call something in their toolkit that they can pull
Yes.
on
Pull
whenever
on.
they're
Yes.
triggered in any environment they are, to stem that and to curb their behaviors. So it's an entire week of that. We look at the goal setting skills, you look at the decision making skills, you look at the conflict management skills, you look at all those life skills, you bring them to the forefront. That's in the health and family life curriculum. Then we look at health seeking behaviors. We want you to report. It's not an informal culture. You need
Yes.
to seek help when the situation is unsafe, instead
I
of
can't be an
fueling that
informer.
and
As I
causing
tell
it.
them, Castle, I can't be an informer. I'm not in a gang. I'm a student for good, and if yeah, I'm not in a gang. So when I give information, it's not informing. It's relating information, and I want to appeal to all students. If you are being bullied
Yes,
in any way, if anybody's taking away your lunch money, because that is bullying
yes,
too. If there is anybody
yes.
taking away your bag, if there is anybody taking away your
Intimidating
books, if
you.
there is anybody intimidating you, if there is anybody stopping you from going to class, if there is anybody trying to blackmail you, or anybody who is physically attacking you when you go to the bathroom, if there is anybody inveigling you to do
Report
anything
it.
wrong, report it immediately, and report it
Report
as
it.
many times. Report it to your parents, report it to the teacher. Tell everybody, raise an alarm, because
Yes.
these incendiary persons can only strive and thrive in darkness, right? So if anybody
Yes.
take away your lunch money, report it.
Expose.
Expose. Yes.
Expose.
The only way to get rid of
And this is the
darkness is
time,
to
Miss
shed
Kitty,
the
they have
light.
their phones. They have their phone. Exactly. Shine your light. You have
Yes.
your phone. Record it. This is when we
Yes.
want to know the facts. And sometimes the
Yes.
stories change when you try to investigate. But if you have the
Yes.
evidence, You know, we
Amen.
can zero in and treat as we need to do. And that is what the week is about. We ask our principals to, again, make the services known, because we know that there are some people who don't know that the clinicians are available. We ask our guidance counselors to schedule your group sessions, your group guidance sessions with your children. And one of the new things that we have been pushing back this year, Miss Kitty, because we know the influence of the peers. We want the peer counseling program to be reactivated. Many times the children don't feel safe talking to the adults, but they feel safe talking to a peer, a friend, somebody who has the skills to listen and to report. So we want to build that framework back in our schools, and we want to get our student leaders involved in their own anti-bullying campaign. When the children are leading the charge, you see the difference in a school. And so we want to call on the student counselors.
Yeah, Dr. Troop, the Bible telling our child shall lead them. So when it comes from them, right? So maybe too, Dr. Troop, you know, it's not my department, but you know, as a concerned citizen of Jamaica, maybe too, we can do a poster competition to get the children involved, you know what I mean? An anti-bullying poster competition, and the winner of the competition, you know, can get something highlighting their school. Maybe their school can get like a free lunch, whatever it is, you know what I mean?
They can come on Miss Kitty Live.
Hey, I gotta tell you, girl, I gotta tell you, I like that.
And we calling out mentors to Miss Kitty. We want mentors for our young people. The children need to have adults who they can mirror, who they can model. I'm using this platform. Past students who are doing well, and you have even 1 hour for the month, for the week, and you can visit a child and you can encourage and you can listen. We're asking you to get involved. Everybody needs to get involved if we're going to transform Jamaica in the way we want to.
Absolutely, and you're an agent of change. P.S. Thank you so very much, Dr. Kassan Troop. Big ups to Blake. Thank you, Blake. And of course to the Honorable Minister Dana Morris Dixon. Thank you so very much, ma'am. I wish you all the best. Again, I'm here. My platform is here. You know, we are citizen for good, upliftment, development, growth, elevation, education, and so we are here to be and help that. So I love this. Big ups to the Governor General. Anti-bullying day, the 7th of October. From this day henceforth, no bullying. We're going to make our students and our society bully proof. You see that?
Bully proof.
Me not even go charge you for that in the dark. Me not charge a fee. Bully proof. Jesus and peace. Jesus. Minister, me not charge you. Bully proof. Not bully proof.
That's what the social media. That's what the social media campaign is dubbed, you know.
Great minds think alike. Great minds think alike. I love it. I love it. All right, my love. Thank you so much, Dr. Troop.
Miss Kitty, by saying, you know, thanks to the Governor General, and I want to end with what he's known to say. There's nothing wrong with Jamaica that cannot be fixed by what is right with Jamaica.
Amen. Amen.
We want to pull on every piece of Jamaica to get involved in our schools, to make it a place where children will thrive.
Amen. And of those who have them degree and so, I don't know if Dr. Troop and the ministry is hiring, but send in a resume, send in on the thing, because guess what? We're going to need more people, more psychologists, more psychiatrists, more persons trained in those fields to go out there and treat with our students. Dr. Troop, thank you so much for your time. Do have a productive day, and I wish you guys all the best at the ministry. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Take care.
All right.
That is it. That is it. See, Dr. Troop, remember this one? The world is what you make it. So make it good and true. And if you say the world is gloomy, it's not the world. It's you.
It's you.
It's you. All right, Dr. Troop, respect every time. Thank you, my love.
All the time.
All right,
Bye-bye.
lovely, lovely. All right, Dr. Kassan Troop there. Kiddisons, what are we missing the numbers from the live? I go down. And that me telling about to know. Yeah, what I said earlier, you hear me preface the live by saying, when good and positive uplifting things are being said, or not pop tick should be down the ears. And when the nastiness are go down, the one to pack up over there. Oh no. Big up to all of who there. Show up with a nice clean self. Pardon. Show up with a nice clean self there, please. Yep. I said it before. I knew it, Amoy. Yep. See them just prove it there. I bet if I was over here arguing and you know, lambasting or berating or a cuss or whatever, the life would have gone to how much .million, .thousand. And this is what I'm talking about. That many of uno are hypocrite. Uno are the agents who are bring down Jamaica, or bring down the people and I bring down people. Uno because uno like the nastiness, uno like the low life behavior, uno like cascas, uno like bangarang. I saw uno stay. Me watch the life a while ago move from 1.2 or 1.3. Thank you, Explorer. Thank you, my baby. To 960. For what reason? For what reason? For what reason? I tell you about to know. I tell you about to know. Why the life move from 1.6 or 1.7? See there to 960. Why? Why? For what reason? Dr. Kassan Troop was speaking so intelligently and articulately about what is going on. For what reason? I'm telling about Uno. Uno is the problem. Not for Uno are the problem. But thank you, my darlings, my kittisons. Thank you, my loyals who are here. Thank you. We're not gone away. We do. We there same way. They up on Miss Kitty side. If you want to know where to find, hey, I gotta tell you. Big up. Thank you so very much, guys. All right, so let's get back to Emma now. So we're talking about, you know, social media. We're talking about bullying, and as you heard from Dr. Troop, today's anti-bullying day, celebrated all across Jamaica and in our schools. And now though, we want to talk to a specialist. She is so knowledgeable. Wagwan Fletcher's on the house. All and Raiders, massive big up yourself, right? Talk to Emma to talk about bullying on social media, what it looks like. What does it look like when your child is being bullied? Well, what may it look like, right? Because sometimes to us parents, we don't know the signs. We don't know. I don't even know. So Emma is going to educate us in that regard, okay? And so Emma is here now. Hi, Emma. And by the way, we want some more money guns before Emma come up in here.
Hi.
Emma, are
Hi.
you there?
Miss Kitty, I don't know. It's saying that you need to allow my video.
Allow your video, mighty God. I want to know. Boy, I want me to press now, guys. How do I? Oh my God, allow Emma's video. Why, Emma? I don't know, you know.
It keeps telling me that you need to give me live access.
So guys, how do I give Emma live access? Can you somebody tell me? Pineapple Girl, how do I give Emma live access? What does that mean? Oh my God, she needs more followers. What? She needs more followers?
I need more followers. Okay, well, yes.
You know what, Emma? It's
I'm gonna just have to talk.
Emma, no problem. No problem, Emma. Go right ahead. You just go right ahead.
No. I know what happened because my old TikTok account was compromised, so I had to change and start up a new one. But I'm here. Hi, everybody. My name is Emma Sharp Dalton Brown, and I specialize in training people in cyber safety, which is basically keeping safe online, which includes talking about cyberbullying. And Miss Kitty, everything that you've been talking about today has been great. And a lot of the bullying that is happening online. And these microaggressions come through WhatsApp, through coercing kids to do things they don't want to do, through bullying. Even adults are bullying children with little microaggressions.
Yeah. What's a microaggression, Emma? What you call microaggression?
They're kind of like being passive aggressive. Like? So in other words, rather than being positive, it's kind of like, you got let's say you get an 80%, and it's somebody, rather than praising the child and saying, well done, that's great. You feel you try your hardest? Yes, mommy. Yes, daddy. That's awesome. It's like, it's basically saying things like, 80%? What's wrong with you? Who got higher than you? Yes. Right? And that is not just coming across verbally. It can happen just in a WhatsApp chat between a parent and a child, where a child might send into a family chat, oh, they got 80%, and the little microaggressions are things like that. So we've passed it off as our culture, right? Our
Yes.
culture to
So we stay.
as so is stay, right? And what we need to all sort of stop and think about is actually what is this doing to our children,
Yeah.
and when it's coming across actually on the screen, actually in a sense it's almost more impactful. We have this belief that somehow face to face is more harsh, right? And
Yes.
so hiding behind our screens, you know, like sometimes people have the more courage to say something nasty behind the screen. I mean, you've kind of talked about this a little bit about people's negativity online and on this platform, and on
Yes.
many platforms. And it's easier for people to be nasty behind the screen
Yeah, man.
because
TikTok gangsters and TikTok warriors.
right. And
Yes.
they feel, so I always say that the online world is actually the real world on steroids. But we
Okay.
believe it's this game, like it's this, you know, back in the day when you had the little gaming thing, you know, like Pac-Man, right?
Yes.
You think it's Pac-Man. No, it's not. It's real life. And but it's worse than real life because it can be shared instantly with millions of people. All that negativity can be shared, and that negativity on a child, back to bullying, is very, very profound.
So talk
And
to me now, Emma. So talk to me though now about how can parents identify, because some parents are still at sea as to what are the signs when their child is being bullied. Can you advise us as to what can we look out for? What may be some of the telltale signs that a child is being bullied, your child is under attack?
sure, firstly, your child withdraws and does not engage in conversation, does not engage in family events. I think it is always very important to keep your children engaged. If they are putting up a fight to do that, they're locking themselves in the room, they're hiding away, they're behind their screen all the time. I think those are signs. So that is a behavioral change. Also, devices in bedrooms. Keeping devices in bedrooms is not a good idea ever, right?
Why?
Because so much happens online. A child's life is so full of their online activity, right? So
Yes.
if you leave the device in their room, you don't know what's happening, right? Late
Right.
at night when they can't sleep. And often they can't sleep because they're using their device. So this perpetuates this sort of like sleeplessness. They go online, they're involved in chats, they watch videos, they do all of those things. And that is, they're more likely to get attacked. They could be getting attacked by strangers. Listen, any form of negative behavior online, right? So even sending inappropriate videos to a child is cyberbullying, right?
Right.
Any chat GPT, when it comes out with its negativity, is a form of cyberbullying because it can be negative. There's been a lot of stuff in the
Pardon.
news abroad about how chat GPT, there was a child in particular who the family are suing now. He took his own life because chat GPT was instructing this child not to go to his parents when he was having mental difficulties, depression, etc. And so they were instructing the child to talk to them as in chat GPT. This is all a form of cyberbullying that leads to
So then,
catastrophic endings. So
so then, Emma, then parental control and devices and just how to to add parental control seems to be of paramount importance in this regard.
it does. Parental control, but also parental control has to be not just through the device, it has to be face to face, right?
Right.
You cannot neglect. I use this analogy all the time. You would never just leave your child at a swimming pool and throw them into the pool or throw them into the deep ocean where they can't stand without teaching them to swim,
Yeah.
right? There are dangers. They will drown, right? Number one, if they don't learn to swim, the same thing will happen online. We must monitor them. That parental control has to be an element of face-to-face. So don't leave the device in the room at night. Keep the devices in your room. Make sure you know what's going on. Check their WhatsApp chats. Back to how do you know if they're being silent bullied? So behavioral changes. Check their WhatsApp chats, because again, those little microaggressions, inappropriate videos, inappropriate gifts. I mean, there are people who send these stickers that have like a real life picture of somebody's head being blown up. Like those things that you're sending to 10-year-olds, that is cyberbullying.
So stick a pin right there, so there, Emma, now. So watch me now. Is there any app you can share with us today, or any method or mechanism you can share with us today as parents or as aunts, as concerned citizens, concerned adults? So for example, this app can block certain apps or whatever, or link your child's phone to your phone or your devices, so that whatever they're watching, whatever messages they're getting, you're getting them also, so that you can have your finger on the pulse at all times.
So Family Link is a really good one. And that's especially...
Write it down, guys. 1 second, Emma. Write it down, guys. Write it down. Especially those parents. Family Link. Okay.
I've dropped it in the chat. Family Link. That's great, especially for Android. And go through each of the settings bit by bit. You can control the apps. You can block apps. So like TikTok is blocked on my child's phone.
Definitely. Especially the Jamaican side, my love. Especially the Jamaican side of it has to be blocked completely. Right. That past Friday the 13th, 14 and 15, I know a Jamaica side of TikTok have like a horror show rating. Horror. So
you can go through all the settings. You can put the age of what's appropriate. You can block certain apps. You can do time. So what I suggest is you have a time limit, not just on apps. So you can have it like, let's say you let your child, your 15-year-old or whatever, have Snapchat. You can make the time limit be 20 minutes on Snapchat. You can go into Snapchat, and also you can make sure that they can only speak to their friends. You can look through their list of friends, right? And back to Family Link, you go through every setting very carefully, and you can set school hours so that it can't work in through school hours. You can set total hours for the day. You can you could say, I only want my child to be online for 2 hours. I only want my child to have 20 minutes on Instagram. I only want my child to have 10 minutes, on Snapchat, whatever it is. Now, the problem with any of these apps, especially like TikTok, is that you can open any browser, and through a browser, a child can get onto TikTok that way, right? But again, you can block the time spent on the phone. So the total time spent, and that in and of itself helps, because the longer a child has on a device or on a phone, right, is the more danger can come to them. The more they become addicted to what they're doing, the more likely they are to go down the rabbit hole. A lot of children, they're not looking for dangers. They're not looking to be bullied. They're not looking to have inappropriate
They're looking to have fun. They're just looking to have fun, to meet people.
But the algorithms come up, and a lot of these big tech companies are targeting people who will click on things. So they are targeting children who will automatically click on something that might have interest. And anything negative online is a form of cyberbullying. In other words, people have this thing that bullying is pushing somebody in the playground, grabbing somebody's lunch money, and calling somebody's name. Calling people names, right? Like derogatory names. So people have in their head that that is what bullying is. But cyberbullying is anything negative that a child has access to, whether they're being scammed, whether they're being tricked, whether they're being cyber groomed. Cyber grooming is cyberbullying, right? Yeah. And so we need to educate.
What is cyber grooming? What is cyber grooming, Emma?
So cyber grooming is when an older person, right, targets a child, and usually in an inappropriate sexual way, Now they might do it where they pretend to be a child there, that the child's age, right? So they might start off with that, where they pretend to be, they connect on a level of like interest. So when a kid posts his favorite football team or her favorite, sport or any interest of the child, a stranger might connect with them. This happens through Snapchat. That happens through TikTok. It happens through Roblox. It happens through Fortnite, right? They connect on that level. So they think they're making a friend who's their age. And then the person might reveal themselves, right? And ask, but they might still not reveal themselves completely. They then might start to so-called like each other. It could be an attraction. They then proceed. The adult who's pretending to the child then gets the child to send a photograph of himself or herself, right? So they've groomed this child to send an inappropriate photograph of himself, and that is cyber grooming. They're grooming the child to then participate in some sort of sexual behavior. They might then use that to sextort them, which is super dangerous. Because what they then do is, I'm a criminal, they might say now, at that point, you've sent me naked pictures, you have done wrong. So they're now manipulating the child to believe that he or she has done wrong. And then they say, so if you don't want me to share your naked pictures, if you don't want me to go to the police, you need to get your credit card, your parents' credit card details and send it to me. You need to send money through their credit card this way. Right. Now, this has caused young people to take their lives. What I do when I am talking about cyber grooming and sextortion to children and to families is this is what you do. If somebody does that, always remember that you are not in the wrong. You are the one that's been cyberbullied.
You're the victim.
You're the victim. And the digital footprint that has been created will prove that you are the victim.
Yes.
So if somebody says, oh, now I've got you, I'm going to make sure I get money from you and you're the one that's in the wrong, disengage with them. Screenshot.
Yeah, well, guess what? You got me, I got you, and I'm going to report you to the cyber crimes unit, and I'm going to get a lawyer, so we're going to sue you, and it is illegal, so you are going to go to jail.
Correct. So the advice is to disengage with the people. Do not feel intimidated or manipulated by them. If they want to go and post pictures, let them do it. Because at the end of the day, you can't stop them. But what you can do is you can take all that information, you go to your parents, you go to the police, you show them the evidence, you have the evidence. That is the beauty about the online world, is that the evidence is saved. Right? Digital footprint is there, and it will prove that you are the innocent one. It will prove that you have been manipulated.
What about those children, Emma, who, dingy there, me big up, good day, dingy. What about those children who flat out refuse to give their parents their password, parents asking for the password for the tablet or their phones, and they don't want to give the phones? How does a parent treat with that, Emma?
You take the device away. Done. You take the device away, right? You 100%, but I will tell you that if you have Family Link, you don't need to have their password. I mean, the truth is, in order to see their chats, you do need their password. But
hold on one second, Emma. Let me ask my chat. Hold on, Emma. Hold on 1 second. Let me ask my chat. Chat. If your child refuses to give you their password to their devices, how do you handle that? Can your child refuse to give you the password to their devices that you bought? How would you deal with that? Please tell me in the chat. Go ahead, Emma.
Yeah, no, somebody just repeated it. Take it away. And what you can do with Family Link as well is Family Link, you can just block the child's phone. So what you can
Remember
do
to
is,
tap the screen, guys. Tap the screen so the live will share. And please remember to follow Jamaica Emma, okay? Tap up the screen, guys, so the live will share. Remember, the only way we can get rid of darkness, toxicity, low vibrational mindset is by sharing positivity, elevation, education, things that are uplifting, things that are, innovative, things that are inspiring and motivational, okay? And frankly, if you're not a part of the solution, you are a part of the problem, okay? So don't sit down and complain about what is going on if you help to embolden what is going on, okay? So please tap up the screen, tap the screen, tap the screen. So we need to get to 300,000 hearts right now. Remember, it's free to do so. So please tap the screen and also go and follow Jamaica Emma, okay, so that we can see her beautiful face when next we have her on the platform. Go ahead, Emma. Thank you.
yeah, no, so it's yeah, so take away the devices. In Family Link, you can block their phone use. So even, let's say you normally allow your child to use their phone from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., you can just go into Family Link and block all access. And that way your child can't even go. So you don't want to give me your password, I'll just block your phone.
Nice. Hi, Jane Michelle. Thank you for being on the live. Hi, Jane. Yeah. What about those kids, Emma, who, because they're being bullied, you notice they've withdrawn in family activities, right? How do you, and they don't want to talk to you? How can you reach to those children who are so withdrawn? They're just into themselves, and they're just not speaking. As much as you're trying to get them to talk, you're trying to help them, but they've shut you out completely. Can you give parents or give us some advice or directives as to how do we reach them?
I think that's a really good question, because that happens to, it happens to all kids at some point, just because they might be having a bad day. And I saw this great piece of advice which I think is great, is validate them. So
Yeah.
son, daughter, I can imagine that right now you don't want to talk, and I understand that. And I want you to know that I'm okay with that, because this is not about satisfying me. This is about you. So I think validating a child is a really, really good thing, even if it might be so frustrating and you just want them to talk, right? And I think validating them is key. Just constantly telling them that you understand, right? And when they're ready to talk, you can. And you know what? Maybe connect in a different way. Take out a pack of cards. Start doing something in front of them. Start, reading something interesting, something funny. If they like funny videos, maybe show them.
Yes. Go into their world. Go into their world. Yeah.
Right. Go into their world. Start doing
Emma, sorry, pardon. A thought just came to me, and I said, parents, it's important for parents and adults and those who are in charge of youngsters to love them before the disaster starts. That just came into my spirit. A lot of times, parents or people are trying to reach the child when the disaster has struck. By this time, you don't have a relationship with the child. The children don't trust you. They are not intertwined with you. Them see you really as the enemy and as the outsider anyway. So really, miss, don't bother ask me how I feel, because nobody really asked me how I feel all along. So it just came into my spirit to say, love our children before the disaster starts. Right. Love our children before anything negative, because I humbly believe that when your children know that you are their bastion of protection, their place of guidance, their love, where they can go for validation and protection, they will run to you. But when they are locking off from you, if you and them don't have that relationship, it's going to be hard to find a source of connection.
Absolutely. I agree with you. And I think that's so important. And, from day one, I think, people have become lazy as parents. And, and ironically, devices have facilitated that, right?
Yes.
Because I see little babies with phones in their hands in a waiting room, and I'm in shock, because I'm like, what is a baby doing with a phone in their hand? And if you're starting giving that, you are already telling that child to lock themselves off from your world, and vice versa. And why not from when they're little? Just put a toy in their hand, put a book in their hand, and grow them that way. So as they are, I'm not saying don't give them devices, right? We are in the digital world now.
Yes,
but
yes.
it does not have to be given to them when you're in a car. It does not have to be given to them when you're in a waiting room. It does not have to before you're having a meal or at a meal. And so this does, like you said, Miss Kitty, is that you've got to start this before the disaster, right?
Yeah.
You've got to, and those who, you know, one thing that really helps, back to talking and getting your children to talk, as connecting with their world, is tapping into their interests. But one of their interests might even be something as simple as, wait a second, I know they have a couple friends at school, or I know they have this one friend down the street, or I know, invite people into your home that you know. So if it's a friend, invite the friend over, because sometimes when a child just don't want to talk to the parent, they might actually come alive if there are one or two other people around.
Yes, yes,
right?
Yeah. Pull them out of their shell.
Because it pulls them out of their shell, and it doesn't have to be some big social event. It does not have to, just something very, very simple as a shared meal, a shared card game, a shared kicking around the ball or catching ball. Like there's so many different ways. How did people live before devices? Right?
Let me ask you this. So how some people lived before devices though, Emma, was the fact that parents were their first bullies. Do you believe, Emma, that parents can also be bullies to their children, and sometimes unwittingly, like, oh my God, I didn't know that was bullying. So, we focus a lot sometimes on all the outside influences that may bully our children, but oftentimes we forget to do the introspection that the bully might be right inside their home, and you, the parent, are the bully. So talk to us about, can parents be bullies, and what does that look like?
It's so true, parents, adults in general can be bullies, and it's under the guise of authority, I find. Like, as in, like, middle one that's older than you. So everything I said, go, right?
Yeah.
But I think there has to be, and listen, as Jamaican parents, I mean, there are even memes about it and joke videos about how, you're a Jamaican, or you're raised by Jamaicans when they expect you to get 100 out of 100. And when you eat, hold your fork the wrong way. What you hold your fork like that for, right? And it's become our culture, but we need to take a step back and understand that actually we too were bullied by the older generation.
Absolutely.
Right. And again, all part of these microaggressions I was talking about at the beginning is that maybe we need to change our language, right? And we need to understand, wait a second, if I want my child or my student, because teachers can do it too, to respect me, then I need to show them by example what behavior towards others looks like. How can we expect a child in the home towards the grandmother, the parents, the aunt, the uncle, the friends, or when they go to school towards the teachers and the principal and anybody who works at school? How can we expect our children to behave in a courteous manner with respect unless we adults are actually showing that? Right?
Yeah.
We seem to,
and let me just interject real quick, Emma. By no means are we saying that you have to always talk to your children in a hushed tone, because sometimes them have to get rough up.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you have to talk loud. Sometimes you're gonna get serious, and sometimes it's not about, oh my God, and mollycoddling. How in a serious time, but right behind that correction or that reprimand or that being stern, you also have to interject the love. You have to put in the love. You understand me? So, but at the same time too, we have to be very cognizant of the words that are coming out of our mouths, because words, we used to say word is wind and action is the thing. No, words are very, very important, and words can cut deeply. But let us not be we call it them there perfectionist or like, you know, in a utopia, you're not gonna talk to your children like this
No, no,
all the
exactly.
time. And can you
Absolutely.
please? No, you gotta hear me. You gotta hear me. You gotta
Yes.
hear. Yeah, you gotta hear.
You can be stern and kind at the same
Absolutely.
time,
There you
right?
go.
And
Yeah.
even just language, like, it's so, we have a tendency like, you're so naughty, as opposed to, I love you, but your behavior just now was naughty.
Gotcha. I
And if
like
they
that.
say, are you saying, Mommy, are you saying I'm naughty? No, I did not say you are naughty. I said you are a kind person, but your behavior just now was unkind, and that is not acceptable. And your punishment,
Remember write that down. Me I gotta write that down. Talk to Emma, man. Listen, I gotta say that AA.
right?
Tell AA friend.
Your behavior, what you just did. So what you just did was unkind. What you just did was impolite. You are a polite child. You're a kind child. But what you just did and what you just said was impolite and was unkind, and that is not acceptable. Now,
Yeah.
there is going to be a consequence. I love you, but there is going to be a consequence. So
I like that. Let me write that down. I love you, but there's gonna be a consequence.
right.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
what is
So
that
you're separating the behavior from the child. So we're not
Yes.
denigrating the child. We are
Correct.
correcting the behavior, but you're not denigrating the child.
Yeah. And listen,
Very
there's
well.
no quick fix, right? We all know this, we're parents. There is no quick fix. And another thing I've found is pick your battles. Your battles. If the child, let's say, for example, the child is being fussy about their clothes and them want wear the same uniform every day, so you feel you have to wash it every day. Now, that sometimes works, sometimes not. However, if that child is also polite and that child also helps you with other things, right?
Yes.
Am I going to let my child be a bit fussy about the touch of their clothing, because sometimes they file clothing a bit scratchy or, something like that, let's say?
Yes.
Pick our battles. What
Yes.
are the most important things? But I agree 100%. You cannot mollycoddle them. You cannot be, no crime has to go unpunished. But another thing as well is that if you want your
But,
children,
but Emma, sorry, no crime should go unpunished, but also let the punishment fit the crime. So
Correct.
because they did something, let's say for example, they spilled something or they broke something. You know, one of the
you have to
things
clean
that
it
Emma
up.
will make all of a picnic at Jamaica just afraid and where parents used to bully about. You see, there's something when named figurine. Anybody know something named figurine? You see, figurine, Emma, remember me told you, see, if you broke a figurine, Jesus, thou
Yes,
son of
ma'am.
David, it
Hang
coming like the
on.
whole world a come
Yes.
down. Hey,
Yes.
hey, you used to have the figurine, you used to have the cock them, you used to have the rooster, you used to have the dog. You see the dog with the ears? The dog with the ears. Oh my God. Every minute it's easy for pop, it's easy for broke. Oh my God. And then when you broke it, remember me tell you, you want to run away because you said that Jesus have figurine used to be the oh my God, lampshade. You see the home sweet home lampshade there. Oh my God, when the lampshade they broke, oh Jesus, Marcus Gavin will come put me for the Black Star Liner.
It's
It's just like, oh my God. So a lot of times these things create so much trauma. If you broke a plate, Emma, it's like you want to go with Jesus. Just Father God, may
correct.
the hurt us open and take me now, because at this point. So my thing is, let the punishment fit the crime. So if it is that they break a plate or a figurine, don't come butter bruise them and oh my God, guys, it's a figurine. You know what I mean? I
They
know
need
you're
to
gonna be
clean it up.
upset.
They need to help you
Clean
clean
it
it
up,
up.
yeah. Clean it up, yeah, yeah.
Help you
The
clean it
cracker
up.
them, the
Help
cracker plate them. Jesus.
Right, help you clean it up, understand, sometimes sometimes kids are not spatially aware. They come
Yes.
bulldozing into a room because they're so excited. So maybe you talk to the children about being spatially aware. Sweetheart, it's okay. Am I a little upset? Yes, I am. Help me clean it up, right? Let's be careful next time, Because the truth is, if we want our children to come to us with bigger problems, like being bullied, like being cyberbullied, we've got to make it a safe space. You know, I remember, you know, when my children first started at school, and I was very strict about making sure healthy eating, that sort of thing. But I always told my children, don't be afraid to come and tell me. So if they came and said, you know, Mommy, I took my money and I did buy a pack of Oreos. I know you told me not to buy anything sweet today, and you said only buy healthy. Then I'd be like, thank you for telling me the truth. Right? But now that you know that, that's your treat for the week. Right? In other words, it's like, thank you for telling me the truth. That was really awesome. You're not going to get into trouble, but you understand that we've got to have healthy eating. So let's make that the treat of the week. So don't come and ask me this week for more cookies
ice cream
because you took that treat. And I think this part, listen, nobody's perfect, right? Have I made mistakes? Heck yes, a lot, right? But it's the important thing is to be self-aware and always say sorry. If I shout at my children and I have been the one that's been wrong in putting them down because I got angry about something I shouldn't have, even if I got angry about something I should have, I will go and I will say, sweetheart, I'm really sorry. I should not have reacted that way.
Emma, but I like me, you have my bounty killer voice. Remember me talk loud, like your voice nice and calm, and you know, it's shrilly, and you have a soprano voice. I have a lot of bass in my voice, right? You know, my elevation, my decibelic levels are very high and can be very high, Emma. Remember, I'm of the Negro race, so remember me talk, me talk. So Emma, I'm not for short, I'm for say, Emma, like what?
Listen, I am not a saint. My kids will say I have the loudest voice. I have to remind myself.
When I put on my bounty voice and my ninja man face, I don't know normal.
You need to go for a walk, a drive. I have gotten into the car and gone for a drive to like calm myself down and like bring it in. You know what I think for parents? I think we're so paranoid about other people thinking that our children are misbehaved. So we don't want our children, we don't want people to say, Lord, Emma, our children are naughty, they misbehave, them bad mind, them this, them that. So we're like, for me anyway, is that I don't want people to think that my children are impolite. And so sometimes I might react off the back of that.
True. And sorry, Emma, you know, so people can make you beat a picnic out of turn too. As I said, because sometimes when you thump them in them track you never really mean for doing it, but true, you don't want to bring down. And I think sometimes, you know, parents see their indiscipline or their impoliteness as an indictment on your parental skills. It's like, yes, so you met the people in my chat becoming a whole this boop, but that is not the way to go.
Yeah, absolutely. We have to be mindful of that, and we have to check ourselves. And to be honest, talking with other parents, being able to admit what you've done wrong, admit how you feel, know that you're not in the same boat. And by the way, stop judging, because the truth is people love to judge other parents and other children. And that doesn't help each other. That does not help us. And so that makes us go and bully our child. Like, oh gosh, I'm being judged, so I better come across as harsh, or I better No, you don't need to bully.
Hold that thought there, Emma. We're talking to Emma this afternoon, Jamaican Emma. Please go and follow her. I need to say something to Queens. We need to get to 300,000. We have more things to talk about with Emma, but I'm not going to talk to Emma really over here, so if the live now go up. And by the way, I'm not seeing a boat come in. I'm not seeing Interstellar. I'm not seeing what is the name? The lion and the tiger and the bear. I'm not see it. Look here, I'm not seeing Airbnb. I'm still not reaching the 5,000 block. Don't make me have nothing over here. Remember, so we can't shout at the kids, but we can shout at adults. We can shout at adults. You understand? Pineapple girl, big up. Me need it 300,000. What am I for say? Tell me for say. Buttercup, come in. Me not seen a big something wheel come cross from morning. Right, earlier I missed something flash across the screen. Say Rebel get to a universe from somebody. Me don't even know what that means. Right? Yeah, I'm on a broke foreigner over here. I'm on a dead weight over here. Yeah, thank you, Akeem. Thank you very much, my love. I wonder if Akeem. I like Akeem there. Tell Jesus. Oh, is the Akeem? I don't know. Oh my God! Thank you, Kayan. Thank you, one. Yeah. Thank you, Kayan. Yeah, the donut them. Send them come. Yeah. Missy, some of them Akeem said something. Send something. Dr. Shauna, big up your nice clean self, girl. Let's juice. Yeah. Emma not talk out her good throat and out her good brain. Just so. What about my friend Sandy? Congratulations on the new host. Boy. One more host. Boy. Sandy, what are you gonna do with host? Yeah, Mr. Akeem said me something. Is Akeem? Well, let me know. I don't know. What going through the thank you, Tammy. Thank you, darling. 300,000. Yeah. Confetti. I love you. Thank you, Sarah. Is that Sarah? Thank you, my love. Thank you, JC. Yeah, we need them. Yeah. Me not call nobody name. You so like mix up. Me just what if it's Akeem is which Akeem? Because I see Akeem over here. Thank you, Dr. Shane, Dr. Shauna. Thank you, Janelle. Yeah, Nikki. Sending the things them. We need it. Oh no. Yeah, me not get distracted. Come, me need the life to go up. And the gift them for come. Me need to see that wheel. I jump through the something. And the interstellar something. And the train. And what is something name? The coral. Yeah, me need it. Yeah. 5,000 black on Airbnb. That's why I said, Paulette, go and big up yourself. Raw Nation, Compound Nation, let's go. Go and also follow Emma as well. How much followers Emma have now? Oh, me need the universe. That is it. The universe. How much followers Emma have now? The lion around cross and the kitten and the something. Yeah, me need it. I'm not scared of lions and tigers and bears, but I'm scared of broke people. I'm not scared of lions and tigers and bears, but I'm scared of broke people. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. We're talking about bullying. By the way, guys, anybody ever get beaten through the brook? Yes, thank you, darling. Meow. Yeah, around. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know if it's setting a live goals, guys. You don't have to tell me. I don't know how to do that. And why do I need to set a live goal? What does that mean? Huh? What does that mean, guys? Bubblegum, let's juice. Thank you. Thank you, Unruly. Thank you. I talk about Unruly, more bigger popcorn that I saw recently cleaning up a beach in St. Thomas, I think. You know, and putting out what you might call it. Putting out rubbish bins, garbage bins and stuff like that, and miss popcorn all a rake, you know. Want big up entertaining them, because you know a lot of times we give them flack for when they're not doing the right thing, and if they're not doing the right thing we ought to talk, but when they're doing uplifting things and good things, so big up to the Unruly boss. I liked that, you know. Yeah, that was a good look, because we have to be clean, you understand, and we have to take care of Mother Nature so Mother Nature can take care of us. Yeah, we need one bike, one interstellar, something. So what the life goals them say? So what if I don't put life goal, what does that mean? Because I don't know yet. All right, story. Yes, Tales with Morgan, is that it? Yeah, the donor. Thank you, Story Tales. Thank you. Yeah, man, let's push up the live so Emma can get the chat out there and Emma can be, the world can hear what Emma has to say. We need to get the live up to 350,000. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Yeah, tap up the screen, guys. It's free to tap. All you got to do is tap. You understand? Thank you for bigging me up for my scholarships. I appreciate it. And that's what I want to start, my scholarship fund. All these years I've been doing it out of my pocket. You understand? Well, for, yeah, 5,000 block and Airbnb. Remember the people that get all Airbnb and I say ABB. Yeah, all kind of different something. Yeah. I'm not sending them to place them. Yeah, we're going to need it. Yeah. Big up my friend Sandy on our new purchase. I love it for you, my friend, my sister. You're so encouraging. You're such a great mom. You're such an industrious and ambitious comrade. Yeah. Big up Sandy. Kashia march in a new house. Time come, take out your key. I will not care what nobody wants say, cause all we look on is we are buy house and land for the kids them. We are set, we picnic them right. Come Sandy Solid, you are the boss, and you shake your key all night. Mad. Big up my nice clean friend, my happy for my friend. Me like it, boy. One more house, boy. Me like it. Say we are go march with we title. Time come show them the key, man. Me like it, yeah. Congrats, my friend. Big up to you. You've worked so hard, so much. Big up to you. Congratulations. Yes. All right. Yes, guys. So we need, yeah, let me see. 350,000, and then we get back to Emma. We're talking about bullying today. Guys, anybody get beaten for figurine broke from them? Anybody get beaten for plate broke or one glass? Oh my God. May I tell you, say, yo, when the figurine broke yourself, when the dog ears come off, may I tell you, say, yo, dog ears used to stress you, yo, your medulla oblongata stress the entire time. Oh my God, the lampshade, you said the lampshade broke, you just want to run go a country. May I tell you, you want to run go a country, your whole entire being. When the rooster drop a mash out, sometimes the cock mouth pop off. Lord, jeez, I am like, oh my God. The dog ears, the crockery, the figurine, especially have one white chalk, yeah, the chalk rooster. You sell the white chalk plate when the chalk plate broke. Jesus. All right, guys, and you know the worst time? You know the worst time? You see if your mother ever just talk to you, and then you go do something, and then it broke, it come like say I should talk to you, you broke it for spite. At them time, they lick. Jesus. When your mother just talk to you, and you go move in the direction of the figurine or the crockery, and it broke, you can't tell your mother say accident. You cannot tell your father say accident. You can't tell your granny say accident. Kill them dead. Oh, so you broke up the things. You smell your arm and think a charm. Oh, you get big in here. Jesus Christ. You total idiot. Anybody ever grow up on dog ears or try camouflage it? You know I like it. Anyway, if you get glue from and grow up the dog ears. And if you are a wicked somebody, you know what you do? You glue up the dog ears and catch it on. And send your sister or your cousin for go touch it, and then here you broke it. Are you broke it? Wickedness. Wickedness. Oh, them time they are patics. Hey, patics are crazy, glow. You catch it good, you know. You catch it good. And you send all your sister, your little sister, or you send all your cousin for go touch it. Dr. Shada, you know what we're talking about? NYC, you know what we're talking about? Oh my God. Oh my God. That area, you broke it. That airway. No. Spanish town. Mommy, you gonna beat you. No. Spanish town. Mommy, I gonna beat you. Hey, wickedness, Tony, and wickedness. Wickedness. Oh my God. No. Spanish town. Mommy, I gonna beat you. But Emma says we're not to say that. Parents, we are to say your behavior, you are a nice child, you are a kind child, but your behavior just now was naughty. I didn't say you, but the behavior is naughty. We want to get to 350,000. Send the lions, send the bears. Yeah, mama, I go beat you with the Lulu stick. You know about integration. No. Spanish town. Mommy, I go beat you with the Lulu stick. No. Spanish town. Mommy, I go beat you with the Lulu stick. I gotta tell you. Yeah. All right, so we're at 350 now, Emma. So we have Emma here with us this afternoon. Emma, talk to me about your qualifications, please, so that those who are just joining my live can know who you are.
Sure. So
Pardon.
I was trained in cyber safety by a non-profit organization in Ireland called Cyber Safe Kids. It's awesome. You should look it up, Cyber Safe Kids. And so I was trained during COVID. So when COVID started, I saw that even through, and at the time, remember, children were using Skype to talk to each other.
Yes.
That there were some inappropriate things coming across with 11-year-olds and younger, because that's how old my children were at the time. And I was really quite disturbed about it. And I knew that this friend of mine had started this nonprofit organization about 5 years previously, or 6 years previously. And so she actually did a little workshop for my children, and I sat in on it. And it was all about talking about cyberbullying and how to behave online and the dangers online. And this was from 5 years ago. And I said, hold on a second, but this is something the whole world needs. Could you train me so that I can end up being the person that gives workshops to people and create my own program? So they did, and they trained me in cyber safety. And this organization, I mean, they have educators, they have people who are specialized in cyber crimes, they have people who specialize in nonprofit organizations, are all part of this organization who trained me. And then they are also now my mentors. Since then, they've been mentors. And off the back of that, I then created my own program and my own slides to be able to talk about and engage in conversation and collaborate with people on behavior online. So what cyber safety essentially is, it's a little bit different to cyber security. So cyber security is like an IT specialist within a company who manages the malware and the software of a company, making sure that hackers don't come into the bank and are able to access all the privacy of all their clients and be able to find out their secrets, etc., etc. And what cyber safety deals with is cyber safety deals with the social aspects of the online world. And so it deals with behavior. So a lot of time people get the two muddled up, but the truth is both are important, because obviously schools, companies, banks, need to be able to have the security in the place. But every person within an organization and every person who goes online, so individuals or people from companies or whatever, needs to be able to understand the dangers that are there. So what are the dangers for me sharing too much information? What are the dangers of me having my profiles that are public, especially if I'm a child? What are the dangers of falling for scams? What can I do to protect myself from scams? What can I do to look out for scams? What can I do to detect fake news? What can I do? What education can I learn so that I don't spread false information? How do I detect what cyberbullying is? What do I do to protect myself from that? What do I do to protect myself? Like if I'm giving negative information, if I do something negative online, that means I am leaving a negative digital footprint of myself. And that can come back and bite me in the backside. So actually, the bullies, all of you, any of you people who bully, you are leaving a negative digital footprint of yourself. So you're actually harming yourself as well.
You're shooting yourself in the foot, because Emma, gone are the days where people are just looking at your resume as to what you email to them or what you carry to the interview. Employers are looking on the internet to see what is your digital footprint. So you can put on your best clothes this morning, spray Bath and Body Works, put on your deodorant, put on your lotion, and go into the interview like you're so beautiful and just so innocent. But when they look on your social media platforms, the truth or the true you, or at least a version of you, is right there on display for all to see. And what you are displaying may not be in alignment with my place of employment. It may not be in alignment with the type of people I want in my country. It may not be in alignment with who I want to associate with or give a brand deal or to associate with. And therefore, you have shot yourself in the foot.
Correct. And that's
Yes,
why
you have done so.
That's why it's so important for us to be mindful of everything we post,
Yeah.
we put up, we like, we dislike, we search, anything like that. Because the truth is, again, back to these microaggressions, right? That is all leaving a negative digital footprint. And many people don't realize that WhatsApp is social media. They think, oh,
Tell me about that. Tell me about that, Emma. WhatsApp is social media, or what? What do you
yes,
mean?
because
WhatsApp,
it's
number private something.
no, but it's social media. It's online. You are online with a person. You are being social with a person. You are online. So even if you're doing a private chat, because the truth is somebody can screenshot what
True.
and share that with whomever they want.
And we have seen that recently. Guinness, for example, Guinness buckets. I gotta tell you.
Right?
Yeah.
So yes, WhatsApp is social media. It is not a private conversation in my house. WhatsApp is not a private conversation in my house. And then especially if you're in a group chat, well, even more so, because you've got all of these other people who also have access to that chat, right? Can screenshot it and send it. But
Massa.
so
Black buckets everywhere, my love. Are you a G or a P? Or are you a M? Or even a D? I don't know. I gotta tell you. Yeah, buckets everywhere. A fly, you understand? Yeah, set to sail. Oh my God. So you have to be also aware of what you're doing in these group chats and what you're saying, because people can export, or they can screenshot, or they have records of your conversations, which they can also use on you at a later date.
And
Good
also,
or bad.
remember that these apps, the fine print is that they have that information,
Yeah.
right? These apps have that information. When you sign up with WhatsApp, when you sign up with, which is owned by Meta, right? So WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, they have access to that. They have your stuff.
That's what they're called, receipts now, Emma. Receipts. You see? The receipts. I got receipts. Come and know what I did. Me that come for me, so I have my receipts. I gotta have my receipts, right? But Emma, one of the things with which some parents are grappling, at what age should you introduce social media, and gadgets to social media to your children? At what age should a child, say for example, get a Facebook account? At what age should a child get a YouTube channel? Because even YouTube kids right now, I've seen so many people sending out warnings that YouTube kids is not as safe as we might think, right? So at what age would you say, as a professional in this sphere, is an appropriate age for kids to get, say, for example, their own TikTok page, Facebook account, and so on?
Well, to be honest, it depends, right?
Okay,
Because
tell me.
so a lot of these apps, they have
Pardon.
you have to be a certain age. So YouTube, WhatsApp, right? You actually have to be 13,
Okay.
right? So all the children who are on WhatsApp who are under 13, right? They are actually not supposed to be on it. So if something happens to them on WhatsApp are not liable. There's no recourse. You can't go to WhatsApp and say, hey, my 11-year-old was exposed to this because of WhatsApp. They'll be like, what's your 11-year-old doing on WhatsApp?
They shouldn't even be there in the first place. Yeah.
Right. But unfortunately, especially again when COVID started, it became a necessary tool for even educating. There were teachers who literally used it as the classroom because they couldn't get on a video chat, right? They couldn't get on Skype because of internet connectivity, right? So they use that. Now, there are a lot of schools who they don't actually formally have WhatsApp chats, but within the school there'll be children who have WhatsApp chats in their class, but the school doesn't necessarily endorse it, right? But they use it. But that kind of bullying can happen on WhatsApp, right? No matter what age, you have to monitor it. When it comes to other accounts, Instagram, there is no reason for anybody, right, who is under the age of 13 to have any social media account. WhatsApp, Snapchat, they shouldn't either because you're supposed to be 13 or over, right? But even within that, you need to be very careful, right? I have a 13-year-old, and my 13-year-old does not have any social media except for WhatsApp.
But when you need social media, you lost. You have family members somewhere where you look for, eh? Where you need Facebook for? You don't have nobody. You don't know nobody. You're just born.
They don't.
You're just born. You're not lost.
Correct it. They don't.
Who you looking for? Yes.
Yeah, they don't need it. And again, we have to be careful of TikTok, right? TikTok. If you're a teenager and you just scroll on the suggested for you videos, right, and you rewatch any videos that are about mental health, and you will, you see a mental health video, you click on it, you watch it, you rewatch it, you then watch the next one, then already your algorithm is set, and your child's algorithm is then set to all of these mental health videos. With mental health videos will come videos that talk about self-harm. Right.
But my thing is, Emma, humbly, TikTok is just a no, especially when it comes to the Jamaican side of TikTok. That's just a no, complete degenerative behavior altogether, right? Some countries have managed to curate their TikTok algorithm in such a way that, educational stuff, uplifting stuff, is seen. But as far as I'm concerned, me tell you, said Jamaican TikTok, probably when you're like 70 if I have it. We need to really understand it, because I'm telling you, even as an adult, it can stress you, it can overwhelm you, it just takes you to a dark place.
Correct.
You feel like, oh my God, what is this?
Right.
Like every day you're just inundated, and then because the people them like it so much, it gets out there on your For You page, and it's almost as if it assaults you, because it is so pervasive that you don't go out there looking for it, but it just come up in there something, and you say then, I'm reaching the underground dirty puddle something. Yeah, how did I get here?
Exactly. And that is why, and I don't think children have the capability of being able to truly look at it from that point of view and stop themselves from just sort of running and going on and on and on, which is why
and also Emma, to be honest too, sometimes it just seems so incredulous. Like, all right, so it's toxic and nasty, but you actually find yourself watching because you say, then no man, this could never be real. So then, like, can these things be really happening? Like, did she really say that out of her mouth? Like, oh my God, like you're in this Emma, is like in disbelief. Like, you just watch it. So like I say,
like it's a train wreck. People love to watch a train wreck. Yeah, let me tell you something. I have a mantra that I live by. I do not want to watch the train wreck. That curiosity does not exist in me. Anything that I will go and research things, obviously for my cyber safety stuff, but I am not going to sit there watching the train wreck of videos. I'm not going to do it because I do not want my algorithm set in a certain
to the train wreck.
I do not want it. So, we just got to have this conversation. I mean, back to, how much can what do you allow your child to have? The truth is that we do need to become digitally literate, but and the Minister of Education talked about that this week, right? And what with digital literacy needs to come the skill of learning about cyber safety, of learning how to stay safe while you're becoming digitally literate. And I think
I'm glad, sorry, Emma, I'm glad you said that, because that takes me to another point. And just to go back to embolden your point about not watching the train wreck, because if you watch too many train wrecks, then you also are going to become a train wreck yourself, because what you ingest, you become over time. And then your algorithm shapes your algorithm, it shapes your life, it shapes your mindset. And sooner than later, you're just a part of the whole thing, right? you talked about knowing about, these gadgets. A lot of parents, were not born in the digital era, okay, or at least how it has exploded, so as to where we are now. So some parents, you want to buy your child a tablet, you want to buy you want to get your child on YouTube or whatever, but you don't really know how to use the gadgets. Should parents who don't know how to use the gadgets or to maneuver the TikTok, maneuver the YouTube, should they allow their children to have them, or should they, like Emma, listen, guys, if you're going to allow your children to have these gadgets or these be on social media, you need to go and figure it out, because you need to be able to monitor it too.
We do. We need to figure it out. And let me tell you that there is a lot of information out there. You can very easily. All you have to do is in the search engine, ask the question, how do I do this? Show me a video on what I can do to figure out what Fortnite is about.
Yes.
So speaking of games, Peggy, which is PEGI, is it's a great website to tell you about games that your children play. So what it does is that it gives you like parental reviews, it gives you children's reviews. It's called Peggy, PEGI.
Write that down, please, guys. Write that down, PEGI.
Right, so I'm going to write that down in the chat as well. Mm-hmm. And then another one is Common Sense Media.
Okay.
Right?
Common
Sense Media. That is an awesome one, and that is an awesome one for reviews, educational videos on anything to do with cyber safety, the appropriateness of apps, the appropriateness of games, of different, particularly different social media apps, and it's a really, really good one. But we cannot stop our children from using devices, right? Yeah. They need it for school. Even from primary school, the teachers are giving our children YouTube videos to watch. Now, unfortunately, these YouTube videos are not accessible on YouTube Kids, right? Mm-hmm. So we have to have regular YouTube. Now, YouTube Kids also has its bad things because, trust me, there's all kind of things that get through the cartoon. I mean, it's weird and pretty nasty, so you have to watch that too. But so educational videos come through from the teachers because that's what's available, right? So your child has to watch YouTube to be able to see, has to be able to have access to that. And this is where the education is key. We need to be constantly educating our children, not just as a one-off workshop. It needs to be in the schools. It needs to be talked about in every class. Yes. Right? It needs to be discussed so that children are aware that when something dangerous comes up, when something sort of like sketchy comes up, they can detect it, right? Because we cannot, and by the way, phones are not just a culprit, any device. So there are people who say, well, my child not getting a phone till they're 14. Great. Do they have a tablet? Yes. Can they get online with the tablet? Yes. Yeah. Well, therefore, they are
at risk.
At risk. So the key is education, educating children, educating teachers, educating parents. Because if you have the skills to use something, you can use it in the safest way possible. So then we understand the dangers of social media. We understand there is no need for a child, like you say, to have all of these social media apps. There is none.
Yep.
Right? If you want your child, let's say your child says, please, can I have Snapchat? And they want, and it's a teenager, must be a teenager, right? But I need to be able to have access to it. I need to be able to see that all your friends on Snapchat are people I know. People you and I know, not people who are friends of friends. Because Miss Kitty, if my child sees, oh, wait a second, that's a friend of a friend, therefore they're fine. No, but what if that friend of the friend don't know that friend of a friend? And before you know it, you ask him, who was that original person? And everybody like, me, no, I don't know. I thought it was your friend. No, I thought it was your friend. And before you know it, you find out that person is a predator.
So Snapchat is a thing right now, Emma, among teens?
Yes, Snapchat is a thing among teens, and it is important for Snapchat, Roblox, anything, Instagram. The friends they have must be people they actually know in person. And,
Right.
and you must be able to, back to this, should you be able to have access to your child's phone? Yes, you should. Now, I understand.
I want have access to all them brain. The only time you can get rid of me is when you're asleep. And if I can get in your brain, I get in there too, yeah.
Now, the truth is, there comes a point when in a child's teenage life where a certain amount of privacy needs to be given, but that privacy, that respect needs to be earned, and it must be earned on a certain amount. So in other words, I'm not going to read my 16-year-old chats because I've educated him, because I've seen who his friends are. I know who his friends are, because you've had that education. But there is a certain amount of invading their privacy and their private chats, which I understand, but that comes after a time of education, of talk, of interaction, where that's earned. Because equally, there are ways that children can figure out how they're going to hide something from you.
Absolutely.
So you need to...
I don't know that, guys, at what age do you think you should respect children's privacy? The word children and privacy just seem like a little oxymoron to me, because I don't know. I feel like if I'm giving my child the respect and me give a certain, what you call it, latitude. But if you see anything shaky or anything lean, like they get it out over Port Royal, remember I told you, look here, and a small intestine, me go look, yeah, me need to know. Me need to know, because sometimes, as you say, Emma, they earn it, but then they get carried away or something is happening, and really and truly I give you that little privilege, but it can be rescinded at any time, because anything me see what looks suspicious, or me don't know if me go on my bed and dream nothing, me I go in there.
Absolutely. Has to
me I go in there.
Yeah, and like I said, so Family Link, which I said a little while ago, is a great app because you can literally just block your child from using their phone. And if you do have iPhone, through iPhone, you have the Family Share, where you can control your child's device if it's an Apple device.
Yeah.
Right? So that comes with it. So those two things are really important. And constant communication. We cannot be lazy as parents. There's no such thing as lazy parenting. Really. There just isn't. It's hard work. Listen, it's really hard work, and it can be very frustrating. We have jobs, we have homes, we have lives, but our children have to be our priority.
Absolutely.
And that is the bottom line, in the way we treat them, showing them respect. And by the way, I extend this to teachers as well. We talked about earlier about, how we speak and the bullying that adults throw onto children. The same thing with teachers. If you want your student to respect you, we do need to be able to speak with kindness, respect, and firmness.
Amen.
Right? We cannot diss our students.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Diss our students. We've got to come a place of discipline, a place of consequence, but a place of love, respect, and understanding, as frustrating as the picnic can be. Yeah. Right? And I think, these are all things, and we have to help each other.
Well, that's why, Emma, I'm so grateful to you for coming on my platform today, and that is why I reached out to you, because I know you are very knowledgeable. I mean, you've come on CVM Sunrise. We've learned a lot from you, and one thing about me, I'm solution driven, and I'm always about educating and elevating my audience. And so I know that there are many things people take for granted, but we have to know from those who are trained, from those who know better, from those who have put these things into practice. And that is why I wanted you on here. Earlier on, I was speaking to the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information, Dr. Kassan Troop, about today being proclaimed by the Governor General, His Excellency, the Honorable Sir Patrick Allen, as being Anti-Bully Day, to be recognized moving forward, which I think is really great, because bullying is a big thing right now, and we need to cut the scourge of of that and its impact that it's having on our students. And so that is what spurred this discussion this afternoon. So I'm very, very happy that you're here. But talk to me a little bit, Emma. So you spoke to us about Family Link, Peggy, Common Sense Media, and some other
commonsensemedia.org.
Oh, .org. Okay,
Yeah.
.org. Talk to me, Emma. What about those persons like myself here who don't know about these links or where to find them? Do you do training for parents and teachers? Where can we sign up? Because I'm I would need to know this.
I do. Basically, just contact me via email, which is emma@bcyberbright.com.
All right, tell me again. Write it down, please. Guys, hello. And by the way, it's when you come to my classroom, please walk with your book and pencil. Because we're writing stuff down that we're going to use to inure to our benefit.
Yeah, I've just put it there, Emma.
Please to write it down.
And also,
right?
And also on YouTube at bcyberbright. Are my CVM segments and also my own videos, and then on Instagram at bcyberbright or at Jamaica Emma.
Okay.
And they can DM me, or like I said, they can email me. Absolutely. I mean, I go into schools where I can give workshops, and my workshops are interactive for children and parents, so they're not boring slideshows with just PowerPoints where I'm regurgitating information.
Right.
It is very interactive. I get the audience involved. Smaller groups are better just because people can be more involved with the education side of it. And I'm all about collaboration, Miss Kitty. I mean,
yes.
It's one of the reasons why I'm so happy to sort of have been on CVM, and tomorrow morning I'll be on again. Actually, tomorrow morning we'll be particularly discussing the fake news, but around medical information. So, so it's, I'm all about...
Tell us a little bit about that. Well, Emma, how many followers you get now, Emma? Because the next time I want you to come do a show, a slide over here where we can participate, because that's what you do on CVM. And I would want you to be here so that we can actually go through the slides and participate to see it in action,
I know. So we're going to have to work on that, everybody. Please go and follow me on TikTok. And it's at Jamaica Emma. But I'm all about collaborating, because at the end of the day, Miss Kitty, I want everybody, as many people as possible, old, young, students, teachers, parents, the elderly, everybody, to understand what is going on online, what can happen to them online, so that they can stay safe. We're not telling people to not go online, not at all. We're just telling people, be aware of all of these things that can happen, whether it's cyberbullying, whether it's being scammed, how to protect ourselves, how to think about sharing location. Please do not share your location with people. So I'm all about collaborating, and I really appreciate, you reaching out to me as well, because honestly, I mean, for me, this is about the information. This is about giving people the tools, the skills. I really believe that cyber safety has become...
Somebody just called Emma. Go ahead, Emma.
Has become a life skill, a necessary life skill for all of us.
Amen.
And that is so important. And the more people I can share that with, then people can share it with others. I want to get to the point where I'm educating people. I'm teaching people how to give these workshops so that they can go out there and help to give these workshops as well. And get people involved, get psychologists and psychiatrists and educators and principals and the ministry involved with this conversation, and involved educating everybody, because I cannot do this on my own, Miss Kitty.
Right, absolutely.
I have to have collaborators because it is all about making Jamaica better. And you know, this very simple one word would get rid of all bullying, and that is kindness. So simple, right? I mean, like seriously, when you think about the concept of kindness, if we could all behave with kindness, there would be no bullying. There just wouldn't. I mean, it's, you know, I know it sounds so trivial and but it's so true.
Truly.
You know?
I agree. Well, Emma, we're going to follow you, and we're definitely going to be looking into the links about which you told us. We're going to watch you tomorrow morning on CVM Sunrise, and when your followers are up and we are ready to, you can share your screen and we can do a lesson. Parents are those persons who want to, you know, learn and to develop in the area of cyber safety, especially with regarding children. Very important, because parents, you know, a lot of times you hear about Roblox, you hear about these games, and you're like, oh yeah, I'll let my child play it. Little do you know what these things actually mean, what they're actually doing on it, and also the dangers that are lurking in these places that ostensibly are games for kids, right? So I'm happy and very thankful for you sharing your expertise and your knowledge with us this afternoon. I want to wish for you a wonderful afternoon. Thank you so very much. It was quite insightful and we learned a lot, and I just want to say big ups and thank you for coming.
Thank you so much, Miss Kitty. Thank
Our
you.
nation appreciates you a lot.
Well, listen, hello, the nation appreciates you.
Thank you.
Me? You are a powerhouse.
Oh, thank you, Emma. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Everybody say thank you, Emma. Yeah, man. Say thanks, Emma. Send Emma her pause. And please make sure you go and follow Emma, right, guys? We need to get this live up to 500,000, okay? Tomorrow, Emma's going to be on CVM. What time are you going to be on Sunrise, Emma?
I think sometime soon after 7.
After 7.
So, yeah, so I think maybe around 7:15, but definitely after 7.
Okay, so everybody tune in. Sunrise starts at 6 and it goes until 8. And of course, you know, I'm on CVM Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and of course, some other day too. So yeah. But Emma, thank you so very much, my love. Do take care. Have a wonderful afternoon.
Thank you very much. Bye, everybody. Have a great afternoon. Bye.
Thank you so very much. That's Emma, guys. Wonderful, wonderful. Lovely, lovely, lovely. How was that? Let's get up to 500,000, guys. How are we? How did we do today? How did we do, Tammy? Tammy Ray, what up? Wagwan, I, Nicole. Hi, Godchild. How are you? Did you like it? Did you enjoy it? What happened to Monday? Did you find it informative? More Chambers, why you have late? Me no know. Lydia Wagwan. Come, guys, let's tap up the screen, please. Tap up the screen, please. Hi, good afternoon to you. Thank you. Did you enjoy it? If you enjoyed this today's presentation, if you enjoyed today's class, please let me see some paws out there. Paw Nation, please write Paw Nation and show me the paws, okay? And everybody type 1 Miss Kitty if I saw it go. You understand? Yeah. Forward, forever united. Students, workers, and farmers, granny nanny from Nanny Town. Symbol of unity and strength. You understand? Heroes, they come up with a need to learn that song there. Yeah. Because some of them don't know the 7 national heroes all the way going, you know. I'm if I told you. Yeah. Paw Nation, everybody write Paw Nation. Let me see what's going on. Show me some paws, guys. And let's tap up the screen. Let's get to 500,000, guys, because I got to skedaddle up on out of here soon, all right? Eve Nicola Wappen. And that's the truth. Paw Nation, everybody. What's up? Identify yourself, you know. Let me know who is who. You understand? Remember, we don't want to broke foreigner over here and a broke people over here. Yeah. 5,000 blocks on Airbnb. What up? Yeah, what up? I want to play a game today. What play a match? I said name match. Okay, Paw Nation, thanks. Exotic Treats, thank you. And by the way, if you liked the class today, please send some gifts, okay? Yeah, I don't get any land from one. I don't say any interstellar. I don't say any whale. I don't say any universe. I don't say anything. Oh, Rebel is live. Oh, I don't want to run in or something. I don't know. Remember, also Swiss Lee's parties this weekend. So yeah. All right, so if you're gonna go to the party, make sure you get your tickets, you get your cabanas, okay? Yeah. What up, Tammy Ray? We deal with bunch of rows over here, girl. 100 rows or more. Where they? Remember to block them for buy, guys. Yeah, Tammy, big up your nice clean self. Anthony Wagwan. Anthony, I'm gonna take 1 rose from man, you know. Extraterrestrial, good afternoon. Thank you for sharing the live. Thank you. That's what. Thank you, Shamar Eli. I adapt me a top out as a top general. You understand? Yeah. Anton wants some more money gone. I'm allergic to rose right now. You understand? Yeah. Thank you, Shamika. Ooh, thank you, honey. Yeah. Who name Sean? Sexy Ann or Sexy Mama? Who name so? Why Sean say hello and him not send 100,000 US come? Sean Arcian 180 man. I told you enough of me on the hello right now. Anybody have $1 million US with them now use, with them just want to give me? I'm here for it. Yeah. Me need my ABNB. Come ABB. Oh Sean. Oh Sean. With Sean. It's like, yeah, me need ABB. Oh my Sean. What you have the black car? Is that the Sean? Yeah, me need my ABB. People them say ABB, the Lord Jesus. A, B, and B. It's Air B and B. ABD. I don't know. It's crazy. Thank you, Annalisa. One Miss Wilkinson. One Kitty Smith. Hi. Let's get to 500,000, guys. Let's get the live out, okay? Yeah. A and B. I care about that. Oh no. Yeah, man. We need more. West Indian girl, you need more? You have to pay for more. Oh, yeah, yes. Big up Sean. Nice. Sean, you know what? I tell Sean, I actually came back out looking for him, but he had already left. Yeah. Big up Sean. You don't know. Original Miss Kittyites from them time that you know. Sean, big up your nice clean self. Yeah. Yeah, you have to pay for more. Because remember, when the nastiness and the throwdown are going on over there. Yeah. So when the education and something I'm gonna do and the uplifting people, you see who come from my thing today? The permanent secretary in the Ministry of Education. Alison, big up your nice clean self. Yeah, Dr. Cassandra. I don't normal something over here, you understand? I'm gonna invite the clean, bright people them out of them job and out of them work, come share them knowledge and them information and just over here for free and them something. No, Come soon I give people with extra chromosome base something. Me not look at you. People talk all back way. Me look at you. Oh, we'll go on Nikki forever and ever and ever. Yeah, people are talk back way. My baby's doing great. Thank you for asking. She's wonderful. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Allison. Yeah. We'll go on Shawnee. People are talk back way. Yeah. Outside where people are like good creep when they attack. I don't be a liar. I'm oh Jesus, Shamar. Is that Shamar Eli? Big up Shamar Eli. You can't send get breast milk, him grow with toys and him crystal. Psalms 23 over your house, over your life. Big up you. Thank you. As a side note, I like that side note. I look beautiful. Thank you for your kind compliment. I appreciate it. Big up Shamar Eli. One Shamar Eli. What that? A universal or what that a while ago? Galaxy. Murder. Eve Nicole murder. I like that. Big up Eve Nicole. Because if I did Eve Nicole, Adam would eat apple. And the world that is nice right now would have no bullies at all. I gotta tell you. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Eve Nicole. You should have been the real Eve in the Garden of Eden, because we wouldn't have no problems right now. I gotta tell you. Yeah, Shamika, that's the truth. Yeah, big up Eve She. Yeah, big up Eve. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Yeah. Sean, if you have 100,000% right now, or you stay, what one, Sean? Yeah, remember 5,000 block me need. I'm gonna reach nowhere yet tonight. I'm gonna need my Airbnb. Me need it, yeah. I'm tired of my house right now. I want an ABB for the sleep now. Somebody can rent an ABB for me, please. I'm gonna need, and also I'm gonna need some cement. Thank you, Allison. Big up you, girl. I'm gonna need some, what you might call it there. I'm gonna need some block and cement, or as the girl says, cement. I'm gonna need some block and cement, and I'm gonna need some steel. Okay, so we have a long way to go. We have a long way to go, but I'm here for it. I mean, I have the people them, I have the information, and you know we have the vibes, and we have the platform, yeah. So if our righteousness should not deal with that upfulness and progress and elevation, I'm here for it, yeah. The extra chromosome people them, yeah man, wanna pack up over there, yeah, like sardine. Hello, please. Thank you, darling. Shamika good as we have our birth paper where our father named upon it. Wagwan Shamika, your father never deny you. Whoa. Wagwan Shamika, where your granny file for you. Whoa. Come, girl. Can you get your book them for your book list? Come, girl. Shamika, we have our hymnal. Come, Shamika, big up you, girl. Your father own your girl. Come. Your mother not look for your father for Sunday contact. Big up Shamika, she, yeah. 3 little birds, boy, sit by my doorstep. Hey, singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true. Singing Paw Nation, this is my message to you. Ready? Singing, don't worry about a thing, my God, cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Miss Kitty, Paw Nation, don't worry about a thing, oh my God, cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Yeah, we need to get for 500,000. Thank you, Kitty Nation. Thank you, Paw Nation. Oh my God, that kitty's so cute. Hey, Shamar, you see you're nice and clean. Me not ask Christ. You don't have a bump there and liver spot. Yeah, girl. Yeah, guy. Hello. Lovely. Yeah. So thanks to Emma, and thanks of course to the permanent secretary for coming on today. Thank you, one boss, one done. I want to big up all the money ladies them. You understand? One boss money, yeah. Enough time we think that only the man them have them purse or them two, you know, them 2 shilling. But big up to all of the real top girl in my road, you know what I mean? Yeah. The woman them will have them purse or do them thing. Big up to all hardworking people, all hardworking girls. Exotic trees, big up yourself. Yeah, more big up to the money woman them as well, because you know a lot of us in these streets are doing very well. As a mechanic, West Indian girl, big up yourself, you know what I mean? Yeah, and everybody out here nibble skibble, and you have some good people in these streets. So even Nicole, big up yourself. Thank you, Mo, I appreciate it. Thank you, one boss. Yeah, right through Sunday Solid, right through. Big up girl. We said name pan title walk in Kazata helper. No boy can't put you out no time. You're crazy. We don't catch pan no boy you lid at no point in time. We're always an asset, never a liability. Anybody's son life we're going on, we enrich him life and make him better. You understand? Yeah. Hard work and education, the key to success. Yes. Labor for learning before you grow old. For learning is better than silver and gold. Silver and gold will vanish away, but a good education will never decay. Who that just coming in from London a while ago? Come in with the pounds then, the man. Me not see now come out of London, Queensbridge, Trafalgar Square, Ruthven. Wanna deal with? Nobody come from London and compose over here saying, member, I told you. Shamar Eli, tell them how it go now. Yeah. We need to get to 500,000, guys. Big up Canada. The loonies and the toonies. You know how it goes. Yes. Big up Toronto, Brampton, Mississauga. How it go? Yep. Thank you, Mrs. Thank you, Mrs. Thomas. Mrs. Wilkinson is grateful for the Anats. Oh, that name Anat. Okay. Oh, say name Anat because it's an aunt. Jesus. Okay. Wow. So it's actually a hand heart. Oh. Okay. You see that? We learn every day. Hand heart. And also Anat. Oh. Okay. Poland is what kind of money to spend at Poland? Okay. Oh, big up. Thank you, Mo. Yeah. Oh. So Tanisha and me cry now. I'll take off my wig, you know. Okay, Florida massive go on Kingston, Nana. Okay. So Anna, sure. Jesus Christ, mate.